Here is your Radio Theater Channel weekly podcast for download. The RTC still has the very best old-time radio on the live streaming. And if it's music you love, tune in to the RTC Music Channel, where this link and many others are on our website at oldtimeradiolisten.com. Now, here's Jim.
Hello and welcome to the RTC Weekly Download. I'm your host, Jim Dolan. While Westerns have been among the most popular programs we do here on the channel, and we have two of the most popular Westerns available for you today, first Have Gun Will Travel and The Monster of Moon Ridge, and then Frontier Gentleman and The Gambling Lady. Well, it's time to go out west. Enjoy the show.
Have Gun Will Travel.
You will not change your mind, Mr. Paladin? You still go?
I'm afraid so, hey boy. Oh, by the way, send a dozen long-stemmed roses to Miss Julie Parker. And regrets.
Oh, do not go there, Mr. Paladin. Please.
Why not? Why does this trip bother you so much?
Oh, I read a newspaper. Monster at Moon Ridge. Lady bewitched by apparition. Oh, please, do not go there, Mr. Paladin.
I've already been hired and accepted. I'm leaving right away.
Oh, then let me. Please?
What have you got in that jar?
Please? Yeah, dragon tooth powder.
Dragon tooth?
Yes, one here and one here. Keep you from harm. Dragon's tooth powder, very powerful protection.
Your new country has a better formula for destroying superstition, hey boy. Equal parts of reason and daylight. But I thank you for the friendship behind the thought.
Oh, then you go. You see Mr. Vito Bella?
That's right, Vito Bella, Bowtown, California. The Indians have a name for the high mountain lands back of Placerville. They call it Shadow Ground. Indians have a way of seeing things in the shape of a piece of land that no white man can see, so they always bypass it. They didn't like the thunder that boiled up against the peaks and rolled down the canyons. But then the Indians had little use for gold and silver, and the white men did. And the white men built their town where a teepee village might have been, close to the top of Moon Ridge. It was after dark, and the sky was heavily overcast when I pulled up in front of the sheriff's office in Bowtown.
Hold it right there.
What? I'm looking for the sheriff.
That's me. Who are you?
My name is Paladin.
Riding in at night with black horse and black trail clothes? I'm surprised you didn't get your head shot off.
Well, do you have to hold that gun on me?
Come on in.
Who's he, Dan?
He's a hobgoblin, ain't you heard?
Oh, you smart.
This is Jake Kelly, Mr. Paladin. He carries silver bullets in his gun.
Really?
Claims something grabbed him on top of Moon Ridge one night. Oh, sit down and I'll pour you some coffee.
Thanks.
Where are you from, Mr. Paladin?
San Francisco.
Oh, that's a long way.
Are you the fellow Vito said he was in for? About Emily?
He wants to know what's bothering her. I'm going to try to find out.
Well, I'll tell you what's wrong with Emily. She's hexed, that's what. And you know I'm talking true, Dan, if you'd ever ride up there and see her yourself.
Sheriff's got to stay around town. Now, you know that.
Oh, you ain't set foot out since the time your posse got scattered. No.
That was a little accident. A few horses run away and folks build it into something big. There ain't nothing up there.
Oh, Miss Paladin, I was as far from it as I am from you, and I seen it. Half man, half bear. Yeah, and footprints this long. A human at one end, claws at the other.
Well, I guess I'll have to see them, too.
Boy, you don't believe me. All right, All right. When you get to that Bella place, you ask Emily Bella what carried her off, Yeah, but no, don't ask Dan here. No, yeah, he's sheriff. And if he admitted there was something up there, he'd have to go on out after it.
Get out of here, Jake. Now go on.
Yeah.
Crazy old coot.
Sheriff, is there anything valuable up there? Minerals, grazing lands, any reason for someone to scare people away?
No. Formation ain't right for gold nor silver. Indians didn't want it. Said it was full of spirits.
You know, a short time ago, I was feeling superior to a Chinese friend of mine when he sprinkled dust on my coat. I forgot that he came by his superstitions honestly, that he learned them from the cradle. I can't find the same excuse for you, Sheriff.
Well, I ain't superstitious.
Why the mistletoe above your door?
Oh, that. Forgot it from Christmas, I guess.
There's an old belief that it wards off evil spirits.
All right, Paladin. The Bella place is north out of town. The last house on the way to Moon Ridge country.
The Bella place was run down and listless, with a small light gleaming in the window, and the figure of a woman seated on the porch steps, a young woman, dark, plain, no shoes or stockings, long hair, and the most vacantly staring eyes I have ever seen. Good evening. Miss Emily Bella?
It's dark.
Yes?
Oh, Mr. Bella?
Yes?
My name is Paladin.
Oh. Mr. Paladin. Come. Oh. Momento, please. Emily. No, you promised you'd tell Papa when you stepped outside. Remember? It's cold here. And when a visitor comes, a big girl says what, huh?
How do you do?
How do you do, Emily?
It's very good. Now you come in the house with us, huh? Emily, you can go to your room. A dozen years ago, there was, in this valley, an epidemic. Took my wife, almost my daughter.
I'm sorry.
Afterwards, Emily's body grew, but her mind... she remains a child. Wine?
Please. Well, this epidemic, what was it?
Oh, we don't know. No doctors here. There was a young boy who was affected the same way. People treat him like an animal. They call him names. They kick him until his mother, she took him away. I saw I have to leave too. Bring Emily here, far from a town. The land here it's no good, but we manage.
Those dolls are hers?
See, she is of an age where toys are pleasant.
She's fortunate to have you as a father.
I think she's fortunate in other ways. Maybe you don't know what I mean, huh?
Perhaps I do. There's nothing shocking, ugly about remaining a child. It's the best age of all. Their world is wonderful, mysterious, half real, half make-believe. The world you and I live in, Mr. Bella, is not always as pleasant.
I think you're a wise man, Mr. Paladin. We drink. Salute.
Salute. The newspaper said Emily was this way because of shock, some unusual experience.
A spell cast by the monster of a Moon Ridge.
Since that story is untrue, why do you want to pay me $200, Mr. Bella?
Your telegram said 500.
You haven't answered my question.
Mr. Paladin, there is something on Moon Ridge. It took Emily away from me for a week, and she wishes to go back to it. I don't want to lose my daughter.
Go on.
For that week I search for her. I find her prints and other prints which I will not describe because...
Half bear, half man.
You have heard, huh? Now, she will not tell me, even her father, what kept her there. But she was not harmed.
She wishes to return to this
Yes,
thing? Oh.
yes. She has tried twice to run away.
Then I think it's time you let your daughter go back to Moonridge, Mr. Bella.
What?
The three of us will leave first thing in the morning. The morning was dark and foreboding with the threat of rain in the air. Low clouds hung over the peaks and in the valleys, twisting the trees into gnarled shapes and making the rocks grotesque and sudden to come upon. All very unreal. But the track we came across on the top of Moonridge late that afternoon was real enough.
Half a man, half a bear, huh?
Maybe.
Emily. Oh, Mr. Paladin, be honest with me, please. What make this print?
I don't know, Mr. Bella.
No, it's going to be dark less than an hour. Hey, what is that?
I'd say it was a bear.
Emily!
Wait!
Emily, come back! Paladin, she going down the canyon.
You follow with the horses. I'll try to catch her. The canyon walls were steep and rocky, and it made the climb down them treacherous. By the time I was standing on the floor of the canyon, darkness was coming overhead. I walked toward what I thought might be the head of the canyon, only to find a wall of granite blocking my way. But no Emily, no sign of Bella, no way out. But something watching me, something old, bent in tattered clothing, witch-like in the quick look I had, then gone suddenly. You come back here. All right. I know whoever you are. Listen to this carefully. I have a gun. I'm not going to be frightened away. Are you there? Can you hear me? Now, I warn you that I'm going to... When I regained consciousness, I was inside an old mine shaft, a chain on my leg, minus guns. A very real-looking bear was chained across from me. There, in the dim light filtering back from the opening of the mine shaft, I saw something moving slowly towards me. Something which seemed only half human. Something old and horrible. I waited there, quiet, as the thing came closer. What do you want with me?
Leave while you can.
She had dropped a small sledgehammer before she turned and left. It took me the rest of the night to pound out the connecting pin so that I could remove the shackles from my leg. Outside it was morning, bright and clear.
Paladin!
What?
Paladin!
Bella! Over here!
Oh, I've been riding all night. You seen Emily?
No.
Here, I found your gun and a belt, Paladin.
Oh, thank you very much.
I didn't know what to do. I half expected to find your body.
Now, let me ask you something, Bella. Has anyone ever been hurt in Moonridge country here? Actually physically injured?
No.
Only frightened?
Yes.
I've been frightened too, but I'm not hurt. Bella. I think I know where Emily is.
Where?
I would say up there.
Huh?
Beyond that cliff that backs the canyon there.
The cliff?
Possibly a meadow behind there.
Oh, the trail would be worse than in Sicily. That would frighten a bad rider.
And with a little clever discouragement, even a good rider. Come on.
We'll return in just a moment.
It was a steep trail, but a worthwhile one to follow because at the end of it, there was a meadow brilliant in the high sunlight, and there was a house with a fireplace and smoke coming from a chimney. Not very mysterious at all.
Hey, someone living up here.
And very comfortably, I'd say.
Hey, Paladin, look, there, across the meadow. Emily, my Emily.
Wait,
No, wait for what? She may be hurt.
does she sound like she's in trouble, Bella? Look, there's a boy with her.
Ah,
Do you recognize him?
maybe. It could be Maria's boy, the one I told you who was afflicted like Emily.
Yes, the mother and son, the ones they ran out of town.
Yes. I think it's time that we visit her, huh?
There's no need.
Maria?
Yes, I watched you two climb the trail up there. You have no respect for witches.
But I have a great deal of respect for a clever woman.
So, where else could I take my son? I had no money. I had to find a place where people wouldn't ridicule him.
Mr. Bella suffered from the same things.
See, and once we were old friends, Maria. You should have had faith in me.
Well, I should have sent her away the first time she wandered up here, but it's just so good to see children happy together.
The soil is good up here?
Better than below. More sun and more water. Why talk of it?
Why not?
Because there's always a man somewhere who won't scare off, like this one.
I'm sorry.
Materialize an apparition on a broomstick in front of him, and he'll ask it to sweep the floor. The monster footprints I made, half mine, half a bear's, they meant nothing. I've run out of tricks. I've moved before. We can do it again.
Why move?
See, why move, huh? If I lived here, there would be no man-bear track, no cave to put foolish men in and then release him to run frightened, shouting foolish things. I think since I am a man, there would be a gun in my hand, and friends would be welcome, others would not.
If a man has something to say, he comes right out and says it.
Yes, well, Maria, I think perhaps I like your land.
And I think I'll be going. I'll expect $200 to be placed in my San Francisco account, Mr. Bella. And I suspect that you got more than you bargained for.
But you will get what you bargained for, Mr. Paladin, 500.
You'll have to ride through town, I suppose, and talk to the sheriff?
No. Ignorant and prejudiced people like to be deceived, and they deserve it when they are. Why confuse them with the truth?
Oh, Mr. Paladin, you back safe all in one piece.
And glad to be back, hey boy.
Was it bad?
Oh, bad for people who believe in witchcraft. Any messages for me?
Oh, yes, sir. Many message. Let me see. Lady send note and say you call on her when you come back.
Uh-huh.
Another lady send servant over and tell you not to call on her when you get back.
What else?
Is all.
Well, in that case, tell me the name of the lady over there, hey boy.
Oh, yes, sir. It's Miss Romero from Spain.
Uh-huh.
Very new in this country.
Thank you. Miss Romero?
Why, yes.
My name is Paladin. May I be of service to you?
Service, senor?
Si. It is the custom for a gentleman to offer his services to a lady in this land.
Oh? What kind of services?
Any kind the lady wishes. Dining in fine restaurants, the theater, the opera. Perhaps a carriage ride to historical points of the city. Your heart names it.
I like these customs, senor. But isn't such a relationship fraught with possibilities?
It is, senorita. All kinds of possibilities. Shall we begin with the possibility of dinner this evening?
for each and every star. Leave your dials where they are, 'cause this is CBS, the Star's address. Yes, CBS, the Star's address.
Yes, this is CBS, where Philip Marlowe takes the case every Friday night on the Columbia Broadcasting System.
Frontier Gentlemen.
When I returned to Cheyenne in Wyoming Territory, I found that a new and thriving establishment had opened during my absence. I first heard of it over a drink with Carrie Chase, the editor and publisher of the Cheyenne Daily Press. We were standing at the bar in the Gold Room Saloon, and I remarked on the fact that the adjacent gambling rooms seemed unusually quiet.
Been like this over a week now.
Oh, any particular reason?
I guess you haven't heard about Madame Verdi.
No.
Quite a woman. Sailed in here 10 days ago. From Denver, they say. Got the biggest painted freight wagon you ever saw. And some kind of a omnibus for her to travel in. Well, I tell you, no lady's boudoir was ever decked out any better.
Is she a medicine woman?
Oh, no. Gambling. Set herself up near the depot. A big tent. Roulette, faro, anything you name. Brought in her own dealers, case keepers, spindlemen. Day after she arrived, posters went up all over town. And since then, well, the local boys aren't very happy about it.
Taking all their business, huh?
Just about.
What sort of woman is she?
I tried to get an interview. Not much luck. Doesn't like to talk about herself. But I tell you, there's a story there. I'd like to get it. Yes, sir. Quite a woman.
Pretty?
Pretty and a lady. A real belle.
Madame Verdi. Is she foreign?
I wouldn't say so. Why don't you go down and take a look this afternoon? I'd like to join you, but I got to get my editorial out. Maybe I'll see you later.
Right. I found the tent, a huge affair, 100 yards or so from the railroad depot. Inside, a crowd of men thronged about several tables, and I recognized a number of wealthy cattlemen whom I had met a few weeks earlier at the Cheyenne Club. Then I saw Madame Verdi. She was rather small, quite lovely, wearing a very simple white and gold gown which set off her long, jet-black hair. The effect was striking, as I was sure it was meant to be. She sat behind a small table dealing a game called 21. As I approached, she looked up, caught my eye for a moment, then returned to the game. I stood watching.
Cards?
You can hit me again, ma'am. Oh, that's just fine.
You, sir?
I stand.
Page 21.
Well, I'll be
no
a
language,
dirty...
if you please, gentlemen.
I ain't never seen such luck since Buck the Tiger against Tin Horn down Abilene. And when he got through, I didn't have a tail feather left.
The luck of the cards. You want to sit in, sir? There's room for another.
No, thank you. 21 isn't exactly my game.
We have roulette, faro, dice, poker.
As a matter of fact, I came to see you.
Yeah, well, you ain't alone, mister. You see, there ain't nobody I'd rather lose to. You can dole them out again, madam.
What's your business?
I'm a newspaper man. I write for the London Times.
You English fellas sure are filling up the territory. It seems like there's as many of you as the Sioux in these here
Are we
boys.
playing or are we talking?
Cards, gentlemen.
You can hit me now, ma'am. And again, soft. Nice and soft. Yeah, well, I'll stay on this.
Hit me.
No, that ain't luck.
Now, let me see them cards.
Oh, now, you take these here.
Now, look here. I've been losing for better than 2 hours. I say that ain't luck.
Unless you want me to shoot up this place, you just hand over that money you've been cheating me on.
Put your gun away.
Yes, I would if I were
Mister,
you.
listen, you're willing to buck out and smoke. You just keep out of this. All right, Madam Verdi, I got 1,000 in gold laying in front of you. Now, you just push it over, and I won't
No,
be any
you
good.
don't.
Yeah, now, mister, you know, for an Englishman, you got a real likely face there. Hey, look at that. He's asleep and as gentle as a dead cat.
Is everything all right, ma'am?
Yes, thank you, Ed. Take him outside and throw a bucket of water over
Yes,
him.
ma'am.
Tell Charlie to take over from me.
Oh, you leaving, ma'am?
For a little while.
Well, I'll be a-waiting for you. Still got a ways to go before I'm cleaned out.
Perhaps you'll let me stand you a drink, sir.
No, thank you. It's a little early for me.
I'm grateful for what you did just now, but really it wasn't necessary. He never would have left the tent alive. My boys are always on the watch for things like that.
I didn't know.
What do they call you?
Kendall, J.B. Kendall.
Will you come over to my place, Mr. Kendall? It's quieter.
Well, I'm overwhelmed, Madame Verdi. I must say I've never seen anything like it.
My home on wheels. I'm a traveling woman, Mr. Kendall, but I see no reason to give up my comforts. Won't you sit down?
Thank you.
Are you fond of birds, Mr. Kendall?
I don't think I've ever thought of it one way or the other.
This is my pet, Trinket. She's been with me for 3 years now. I don't usually talk to newspaper men.
So I understand. Mr. Chase of the Cheyenne Press told me he didn't have much luck.
Some newspaper men have been rather unkind.
Well, I think that readers in England would be fascinated by you.
What, for example, would fascinate them?
The obvious. That a young and very pretty woman is running the most successful gambling establishment in Cheyenne. And she bears the somewhat unusual name, Madame Verdi.
It used to be Madame Vestal. That was in Denver.
And before that?
I was Mrs. Newt Hallett. My husband was an army surgeon. He died in Texas of yellow fever.
Oh.
After that, I tutored for a while at an Indian agency. Then I found that I possessed an uncommon skill with the cards. There now. You have my entire history.
Or at least something to start with. Where were you born?
I think that's one thing that I don't care to tell you.
Where were you reared?
And that's another.
Does the sort of thing that happened before in the tent occur very often?
No.
Do men take advantage of you simply because you're a woman?
To the contrary, I usually take advantage of that fact myself.
With dire results, I have no doubt. Well, I imagine that you're not particularly popular at this moment with the gambling hall owners here in Cheyenne.
I'm only interested in popularity, Mr. Kendall. When it fills my cash box.
I stayed on for another 10 minutes odd and learned very little more beyond the fact that the full name she now used was Lurleen Monteverdi. Highly theatrical, she knew, but felt it was part of her work. When I once again attempted to probe into her past, she excused herself rather abruptly and returned to the big gambling tent. I walked over to Carrie Chase's office and told him about the interview. It wasn't until later that I learned what was taking place at that same moment in a room behind the Silver Dollar Saloon. Several men were present, and their faces were grim. They were listening to the Silver Dollar's owner, a man named Jonas Root.
Now, boys, I call this here meeting because we're all up against the same trouble. That trouble being one calico queen named Madame Verdi. Now, ain't no call now for us to keep on trying to cut each other's throats to get customers for our places. Because she's got 'em all. That's the way it sits. Now, boys, here's what I figure. What we need now is an association of gambling parlor owners, which association is made up of all of us here in this room. And we got a purpose. Which purpose is to get rid of said calico queen named Madame Verde.
All right, now lay off your tongue all, Jonas. We know that. You said you got it figured out how to do it. Now get on with it.
Yeah, that's right. All right, I got it whipped, I think. Now, all of you may be wondering who this here fella is I got sitting by me.
Yeah, well, who is
He
it?
calls himself Jack Woolcott. Now, he's got something to say to you.
Oh, you see, it's this way. I just got robbed up to that Madame Verde. She took me for 1,021, and when I caught her dealing off the bottom of the deck, she had her boys jump me.
Well, they sure made a mess out of your face, mister.
Well, I aim to make them pay for it.
Now, fellas, we don't want no crooked gambling from no she-gouger in Cheyenne. And there's something else. I've been doing some inquiring these past days since you've been here. Now, I found out... Yes, sir, I found out something going to get Fancy Nellie run plumb out of here.
Jonas, will you haze the talk? Now, what do you know?
Madame Verde's real name was Belle Siddons.
Belle Siddons? You mean Belle Siddons?
Yeah, you know the name, Soapy.
She's that Confederate spy, Belle Siddons?
She is the same.
Well, I was on guard duty in Grant Street Prison back in St. Louis when they brought her in. Boys, that's that red woman got Grant's troops cut off. Joe, Finch, Big Al, you remember the raid on the Memphis and Mobile Railroad, don't you?
All right, now, I say that what we got to do is pay a call tonight on Madame Belle Siddons Verde. And we'll ask her nice and polite to roll her wheels out of Cheyenne.
Yeah, I agree, but supposing she says no?
Well, then maybe we ain't so polite. Maybe then we take her out riding under a cottonwood limb.
That's it.
We'll return in just a moment.
Neither Chase nor I had any idea what was brewing among the members of the newly formed Association of Gambling Parlor Owners. I sent a message to Madame Verde asking her to dine with me at the Rollins house that night. You know, I didn't think you would.
Join you for dinner? Why not?
I don't know. Perhaps you strike me as the type of woman who never allows pleasure to interfere with business, and that there's only room for business in your life.
As a rule, yes.
Well, I'm flattered that you make an exception tonight.
I'm curious about you, Mr. Kendall.
Oh?
You're not the type of man I would expect to find as a newspaper correspondent.
Is there a type?
I think you know what I mean.
I'm not sure that I do.
The way you managed that man this afternoon, something tells me that you could have done quite as well with a gun.
Oh. Well, I've learned a little since coming to the West.
And what did you do before coming here?
Well, a little of everything.
You don't like to talk about yourself?
There's not much to tell. Really. I was in the army in India, spent 5 years there. Went home to England, and I didn't find it home anymore, so I got a job through a friend of mine who works on the London Times. I send back articles on life in the American West. They buy them from me.
I've met Englishmen who sound a great deal more English than you do.
It's quite possible. I haven't cultivated the accent for some time now.
You sound bitter. What happened in England?
I didn't say anything happened.
You didn't have to.
Must be your card sense that gives you an insight into a man's thoughts.
I'm seldom wrong. That's why I sit on the other side of the table. You see, it's so easy to ask questions. Not always as simple to answer them, is it?
No. Will you have more champagne?
Please. If I were asked to gamble on it, I'd say there was a woman in England.
You'd be half right.
You look so stern, Mr. Kendall. Don't worry. There'll be another. There always is.
Did you find another man after your husband died?
No, but I imagine I will. You find me terribly callous?
Not at all. Refreshingly honest.
I'm afraid I shall have to be going back to the tent now.
I'll take you.
I've enjoyed myself very much, Mr. Kendall.
So have I.
Have you any money?
Well, a little, yes.
You decide to play roulette. I suggest that you bet on the black. Up to $1,000 payoff, it can be quite lucky.
Thank you, no. When I gamble, I'll take my own chances. It was a fine evening, and instead of taking the carriage she had hired, we walked toward her place. Neither of us spoke much. We had come to the end of the street when we saw the group of men waiting outside the big tent. They turned as we approached and walked toward us. I felt a sinking sensation in my stomach as I recognized one of them, the man I had hit that afternoon. All of them were armed.
Good evening, Madam Verdi.
Good evening, gentlemen. Waiting to try your luck with me?
Well, I'll tell you, ma'am, we're waiting to talk to you in private.
That fella, he's with her. He's one of them that pistol whipped me. He's a shill.
Let's go inside the tent, gentlemen. I'll buy you a drink.
No. We'll do our talking out here.
Jason, will you get on with it?
Ma'am, we represent the Cheyenne Association of Gambling Parlor Owners. You ain't a member.
No, I'm not.
And we got a complaint that you're not running your games clean. The association don't like that. So we took a vote, and we agreed that you got to be out of this here town come morning.
Where did you hear that Madame Verdi runs a crooked game? From him?
Yeah, from me.
Besides which, she ain't no Madame Verdi. I know you. Maybe you don't remember me, but I seen you, Belle Siddons, when they brought you to the St. Louis prison in chains. We don't want no Confederate spies in Cheyenne.
I don't know anything about that, but she wasn't cheating. Your friend here decided he couldn't afford to lose anymore, so he drew his gun on the lady and tried to get it back. I hit him. That's all there was to it.
You're a liar.
And if I don't choose to leave?
You ain't got no choice, Belle. You get, or you're going to find yourself looking through cottonwood leaves, which is what should have happened to you anyway. That's the way we handle your kind around here.
There won't be any need for that. Miss Siddons is going to be sensible. Ain't you, ma'am? There's a lot of folks in Cheyenne might not take kindly to you being a Confederate spy and everything. Might even take matters out of our hands if they found out.
You gentlemen seem to be holding the cards.
That's the way to look at it.
Hey, Kendall.
Who's that?
Oh, the newspaper fella, Chase.
I thought that was you. Evening, ma'am.
Evening.
Oh, how are you, Rude?
Chase?
You come over to see how she does it. I hear your places aren't making out so well. I thought I'd take a spin at the roulette table, Madam Verdi.
I should be honored, Mr. Chase. Why don't we all go in together?
No, I got to be getting back to the Silver Dollar. You won't forget our little deal, will you, ma'am?
No, I won't.
We went into the tent. She was tight-lipped, pale. Four hours later, at exactly 2 o'clock, she called a halt to the play and the tent was cleared. Chase, flushed with whiskey he had taken and the $100 he had won, joined me at her table.
A fine evening, ma'am. You're a credit to Cheyenne. You run a square game, and I'm going to say so in my next editorial.
Thank you, Mr. Chase, but you needn't bother. I'm leaving in the morning.
Oh, now you can't do that.
I'll be heading for Deadwood.
Why, ma'am, you could spend the rest of your life around here.
I'm afraid not.
Well, sure you can. Isn't that so, Kendall?
No, that ain't so. Now, she's getting out. But before she does, she's giving me back that 1,000. Ain't you, Madame Verdi?
I very much doubt it. Go away now, before you get into more trouble.
Now, you keep out of this, mister. I'm talking to the lady. Now, how about it, Madame Verdi?
You lost fairly.
And I say I was cheated. Now, you know, folks in Cheyenne can do a lot of damage to this place. Maybe to you if they found out about certain things.
Get out.
I will. When I get my money.
What's it all about? What?
Oh, he doesn't know, huh? Well, Mr. Chase, you can print it in your paper.
Print what?
Well, do I get it?
Yes.
No. No, it doesn't matter. Let him talk. The war's over. People won't mind.
People do mind, Mr. Kendall. I'm afraid they're going to go on minding for a long time.
I wish somebody would tell me what people will talk about.
Ask her.
You're a scummy little rat.
Maybe. But I was a rat that fought for the Union. I wasn't a stinking...
Shut up.
Oh, I'm kidding you, Dad.
Don't try.
Here's your money.
What's the matter, mister? You scared to draw?
Just waiting for you. You're the one who's going to do the killing. Remember?
Bell City. Dirty, stinking Confederates. Bah!
Bell Siddons?
Yes.
Oh.
I'm sorry you had to do that, Mr. Kendall.
I am, too.
I'll be gone in the morning. Thank you for your friendship.
Why not stay? Mr. Chase
I
could...
think she better go. Thanks to Miss Siddons, I lost my brother in the Memphis-Mobile raid. I'll wait for you outside, Kendall.
You have been listening to the Radio Theater Channel Weekly Download. Check out our continuous stream at www.otrlisten.com. And join us next week for another Radio Theater Channel Weekly Download.